Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and welcome back. We're going to finish up the closer deep dive into Love Yourself, Her,
Yep. So we're picking up where we left
where we
off.
left off.
And we are starting right off the bat with mic drop. And, I warned y'all, I had some notes.
Yeah, she does.
You got some notes
I
too.
do, I
So
do. So
don't act like I'm the
okay.
only one.
No, it's not like that. But yes, I do have some notes. So I I read something and it was interesting to me. I don't know. It said it stated that it was in an interview, so I don't know.
Well, if it was said in an interview, I mean,
Ah,
the actual member said what
the
you're.
the actual member said
Oh.
so. But I wasn't able to find the interview. So
So there's, okay, so you
so
never
I'm
saw the interview.
I
You heard
never I
somewhere that
read
this was said in an
I
interview.
read that it was
Read it,
said, and
okay.
so and but
Oh, well, now we got to go on a manhunt for the interview.
yes.
Okay, well, what did you hear that could have possibly be true, possibly not true, but would be fun to think about?
That some aspect of the creation of this song, the writing of this song, was inspired by Obama's mic drop at the end of the correspondence dinner in 2016.
When did this album come out?
2018, 2017.
Hmm, that's possible.
It's possible, but I mean,
Be interesting.
it would be interesting to find the interview and hear the words per
So that way we can know if
the
you're
member's
right or
voice.
wrong.
Yes, yes,
Or if the source you read from is
yes,
right or
yes.
wrong.
The source I read from is right or
Um,
wrong.
but overall, what did you think about the song?
I like the song. Sorry, I like the song. It had a very distinctive opening. That for me, hearing it now after going through it, I automatically know. Oh, that's my drop. That's
Oh
my
yeah,
drop.
okay, yeah,
So
I
that's
love the
the
intro.
open. You see
As soon as I
yeah,
hear it, I'm just like,
yeah. So
I know
that
what I'm in for.
and I like the message too.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I like
I
the
will
message.
say the Steve Aoki remix is the one I heard first. So it's usually the one I go to.
Yeah,
Also because once you get past J Hope and Sugar's rap, it's English
yeah,
until you get back to Jin's bridge. But
yeah.
like it's a lot easier for me to follow
Well, look,
along with that
right.
one in the car. But I do like the original version. I
Mm-hmm.
really like the original version. It's very it hits you. It's a good punch to the gut, I guess, for lack of a better term, for basically the message of the song, which is another address to haters.
Yeah,
Which I feel like at this point, like they don't need to keep doing it, but if they're going to, like, who am I to complain?
and that's why the mic drops.
And that's what the mic drops. But this, I like it because it's like they're reminding the haters of their accolades
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
their awards and how they're just dominating every market they're in.
yeah.
So I just think it's really funny because it's like, I mean, it's the same kind of diss track as all of them. It's like, hey, I'm doing great, hate all you want, but it's now it's not just a rap line dissing. Now it's
Right,
all of
right,
them,
right,
and they're
right.
like, oh, you done messed up now. like,
We're here to tell you.
like, yeah, you got all of us in here now. So that's where, like, I just really like that kind of aspect. But like, you put a good diss track on a good beat, and it's just like,
That's an excellent beat, man.
it is so good.
It is.
It's
It
so
really
good.
is.
And the Steve Aoki music video, the music video
Right,
featuring the
right,
Steve Aoki remix
right.
is really good. I like.
Yeah, I like that too.
You like to watch the video? I like to
Yeah,
watch the video.
you know what? I think I heard the original first.
Really?
Yeah, I think I did. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, did you understand any of the words?
It was
Except for,
I
did
was
you see
you
my
know.
bag?
No,
Because
but
if you did, then it wasn't the original version.
no.
If you were like, I don't know what they're saying, you probably did. You probably did hear
Yeah,
the original
I
version.
don't remember that. I do though remember enjoying the beat,
The beat
enjoying
is
this.
really good.
So that's what I remember. So I think that I heard the original.
Now, it's interesting because the first performance I saw of this song was J Hope doing it by himself in Paris
Oh,
earlier this year. And because I had seen, like, I knew I know there's clips out there, but I didn't watch any of the clips until after I saw that performance of him in the charity fundraiser conference or concert. Sorry,
Okay.
concert that he did. God, I want to say it was like February. It was before his tour started.
Okay, so then help me out with this,
Uh-huh.
because this will determine whether or not I heard the original or I heard the remix.
Uh-huh.
When we were talking to our neighbor about it, and I watched
The
video.
SNL?
Yes.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I lied because
Yes.
I watched the SNL performance before I watched J-Hope's. That's right, because she did mention that she liked that one.
Right.
So,
So,
but I
and
think
then, so which one was that? Was that the original or was that? Uh-oh.
I feel like it's the remix. I feel like it's a remix.
It might have
I don't
been.
know.
It
I
might
don't
have
know at
been.
this point.
It might have been because it was SNL live performance. So
Yeah, and that would make more sense.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Maybe.
So
I don't know, because I mean they did before they did that performance, didn't they? They've performed. Was that their first? I think they performed on SNL twice, and I think, or one of the first performances they did out here was DNA, and or Idol, but neither one of those are predominantly English songs. So not necessarily, like, we can't say that they would have used the remix here just because it was in America. I have no idea.
I'm just
I was very distracted by the really good dance moves and the very bright clothes.
That, you know what, I have that in my notes.
That they wore the very bright clothes on SNL.
Notes,
yeah.
Well, no, not on SNL. Of the video, because the video.
Yeah, they did have. They weren't super bright.
They weren't super bright, but they were youthful.
Yeah, but the SNL performance, it was the yellows and the blues and the
oranges,
reds, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
And I remember when she was like, oh, was this member, because I would talk about a member, is that the one that was in these color pants? I was like, girl, there are so many pants, so many colors. And they were all just moving around in a blur. I was listening to the music. I wasn't watching. I was listening until they got to the body rolls, then I was watching.
Yeah, wow.
Then I was watching.
What could we say?
But how could I not?
So then I stand to be corrected. And so I believe that was the first time.
Yeah, and that might have been the first time.
Yeah.
But let's get into it. So we open with J-Hope's rap, which I will say the first time reading it through, I was like, I'm not confused, just kind of having a hard time really figuring out my thoughts on it, because there were certain idioms that I wasn't aware of. But he starts off with a reference to a Korean idiom about golden spoons, meaning, being born into privilege. So I think it would be the equivalent of our, like, silver platter.
Yeah. No, silver spoon.
Silver spoon?
Yes.
Or,
you're not born with a silver platter in your mouth.
No, born with a silver spoon on your mouth, but born with silver, or something with a silver platter. So being served on a silver platter? I think I've heard that too. I don't know.
Oh, that's like an insult.
Oh. Like, maybe I've been insulting people.
But you did it on a silver platter.
But I did it on a silver platter. So you're welcome.
I think that's like when you kind of...
We can talk about this all day.
Go ahead. The
point is, we have a similar reference. No. And once I figured that out, I understood. He asked, who said my spoon is filthy? Basically kind of insinuating that he's looked down upon or seen as not being as well off because of the status of his family growing up and not being in that upper class. But, look at him now. So I feel like that's kind of what he was saying. So he does talk about that, noting that his status he was born into and how he had to work hard to get to where he is. Like I said, look at him now. But even being seen as less than, he manages to destroy the golden spoons when he's on the mic because it's J-Hope.
Right.
He compares rookie rappers to undercooked steaks, saying they will basically be his dinner. So he's eating them alive. And he is. He is eating them alive. So we're not going to argue with that.
No, we.
He talks about BTS being in demand and always selling out venues. He and BTS have now risen to such elevated ranks that they are basically each other's company. No one is at their level. And he says that at the end, whereas this class is not common, and it's basically saying that it's rare to be up here, and we're up here looking down at you.
Yeah.
So it's how's the view from down there?
How's the view looking up?
Yeah, how's the view looking up?
Yeah.
And then we go straight into Sugar, which I love it when they do. I don't know if I've said this before, but I love it when they do that transition from like J Hope ending to Sugar beginning, and they use the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. And
Yeah.
then when I watch this performance, I like the way like he kind of they turn to transition him in,
Right.
and transition J Hope out. Just good choreography.
It is good choreography.
I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah.
So Sugar's verse talks about how they are always in the spotlight and they are always moving up, even though many said that they would fail for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They are not just here, but they are dominating. Oh, wait, no, they are not just here, but they are dominating. He sarcastically apologizes. We don't sarcastically apologize.
No, we do not.
Or maybe we do. Sorry, Army. Kidding. He sarcastically apologizes for doing so well and having global success. He is so successful that he feels he even has to apologize to his mom. As such a successful son, he has given his mom a lot to brag about to the aunties, because they gotta brag to the aunties. He is now the standard, what other moms wish their sons could accomplish, all while still being a good and dutiful son. He continues by stating that their shows are always a good time for fans, no drama, scandals, and how the haters are bland and boring, and if they feel so strongly, they should just sue him for their failures. So then we go into the pre-chorus. Yeah. And the chorus. So we're bringing in the vocal line now. And what are your notes on that? Because I was focused.
Yes, they clap back on the swagger and with the confidence. In the line, did you see my bag? Did you see my bag? Showing off their accomplishments. The bag isn't just filled with personal items, but accolades. So
all the trophies.
Yes, all the trophies. So, and he said, "What do you think about that?" Shows their, but it shows their celebration that they are, what they are, Grammy level artists.
Without a Grammy, we should fix that.
Yeah. But they're at that level, and record breaking albums, awards, chart positions, and stuff like that. So they are, they're doing what they do.
They're busy. They're succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing
well. And I put my success is already so golden, and I'm literally with gold records, awards, and just figuratively, perfect and untouchable, glowing success. So that's it, what I had gotten out of that. And then the chorus with JKRM Sugar and Jimin and J Hope.
Dang, who wasn't in this chorus?
I know, right?
Nope, anyway, he's there. He's the very first name.
Oh no, I went down to the chorus, not the pre-chorus. I went down to the chorus.
That's the bridge. Oh wait, you're on the first verse.
Yeah,
the first page.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. I skipped ahead.
Page. Yes, you did.
I did. That's my bad.
Yeah,
I did.
So, with that, so many trophies in my hands. Too heavy. My hands aren't enough. Turned it up now. It's just the hype phrase. I thought, I thought of that as a hype phrase, encouraging the audience to raise up. And then the mic drop, leaving everything right there. Just it's a powerful statement. No more to be said. Oh, la-di-da. I'm so busy. As I put there is to be careful who you may.
But there was a reference to the la-di-da-di.
Right. You spoke about that. I mean, we were talking.
Yeah, we were talking, and I think it was. I can't remember, and unfortunately, I'm recording on my phone, so I can't even look it up.
It was,
but it was an artist,
right? A rap artist,
yeah, a hip hop artist from what, the 90s, or was it late 80s or 90s? African American hip hop artist.
Yeah, I think it was the 90s.
And I think his name was Lottie Dottie, or the song was called Lottie Dottie, and I'm pretty sure the song was called Lottie Dottie.
Yeah,
and I believe that's what it is. But that's because he was such a success with that song.
Yeah.
The song did really well, charted really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they were referencing it, basically saying like we're at that level of success and recognition.
Yeah.
We're so busy.
And so yeah, and I put, be careful. You may trip yourself up on all that hate.
True.
Yeah. So that's what I got out of that.
So then we go into RM's verse. RM's verse starts off with how they succeeded despite all of the negative things thrown at them and the attempts to keep them from rising, but justice prevailed. Justice prevailed because of their hard work and determination. As a result, he can die happy because they exceeded their own expectations. He brags about how they are jet setting across the globe to perform and how they give it their all on stage, basically to all these, thousands of screaming fans, and it's well deserved. So at this point, I feel like it's just really exhausting to try to hate on them, because how, like, they do all of this, they're so successful, and that they're still incredibly humble, and they're still, they're doing really good work outside of just the entertainment industry. They're philanthropic work.
Yeah.
Oh geez, we're both tongue tied.
I know.
But
it's been a long day.
It has. But I think it just says a lot about somebody who spends all their energy trying to find things to hate on this group, and for why. Like, if you don't like them, like that's fine. You don't have to like them. But what are they doing that deserves your hate? But if you're gonna keep doing it, they're gonna keep writing diss tracks, and then we're gonna keep enjoying it. So I guess, God, keep doing you.
It's a cycle.
Keep doing you.
But you know what? That in and of itself is just so exhausting. Just the idea of hate, period, is just so exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
So
And
you
it takes
just,
a lot of energy to hate
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
And half the time they don't even know you. They don't even know you hate them.
Yeah. So
they're just going about their life.
What effect is it truly having, and who is it truly having it on?
I don't know.
I had the interlude and bridge and the post bridge. I just wrote, no matter what you accomplish, someone is always going to hate on you. Successful people, players, will keep on doing what they do to accomplish what they need to accomplish. It carries an air of maturity and dismissal of the haters being beyond pettiness. So, and then for the bridge is that this is the end of the relationship, the lack of any desire to have any further contact with you.
I love it. It's just we're done now. I love that very much. It's just like, and we're done. We're done now. This was fun. Thanks for the record.
Wiping their hands.
Yeah.
Period. Yes.
And they're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is one of my favorites on this album, and I had a really good time listening to the original version in Korean as opposed to the Stevie Aoki remix. I still do really like the Stevie Aoki remix.
Yeah, I do too.
But just getting to like look at this and look at the translation, still a big fan. Still a big fan. This is a good one.
I think my last note was that the song, if not for sure, had been a pivotal to their global breakthrough. Made the Billboard's top 100s. Their collaboration with a Western producer and DJ, definitely a shift for them.
And I think we had talked about this before. This is their first collaboration.
Yes, this was their first collaboration. Yeah. So they went outside of the norms for this one.
And I feel like maybe they were just like, no, we can't keep saying the same thing the way we say. We got to throw in a little bit of remix there. So, but I mean, it's a banging song. I love it. It's definitely a good one. Hype song.
It is a hype song.
It's a hype song.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and the next song is Go Go, which is a fun song. It's a fun song. So this song is about living for today and not worrying about the future. It basically says it sounds as if so side note. So my niece was talking about being on the podcast, and I was like, what are you gonna do? and so basically she was like, oh well, I'll talk. And I'm like, about what? You don't know. Like you don't have time. And she was like, I'll read your notes. And I said, girl, I can barely read my notes. I'm gonna read my notes. But yeah, I apologize. My handwriting sucks. But most of the time when I'm writing it, I go back and I reread it right after I write it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. And then if some time has passed, I realize I do not got this.
I think your brain moves a lot faster than your hand.
It does. I will say
so.
that it does move a lot faster than my hand. And so most of the time, and I find myself doing this a lot, which is why I have a lot of scratched out words, because I also prefer to write in pen. Yeah. For whatever reason. She prefers pencil. I like pen. I like the glide of the pen. I don't know.
I do too, but I don't like it when I have to make changes.
I like scratching with the pen. I don't know. Scratching with the pen satisfies something more than erasing.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of words where like I cut off the word or like started going into the next word in the same word. So I like how so that I'm
that's
like
because your brain is moving so fast.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that says. So I have to scratch it out. But the song, okay, so it sounds as if the guys are having fun with the money they work so hard to earn. But this is BTS, and that just doesn't seem like them. So either it's a random one-off track about the materialistic joys of what? Oh, being.
I was like, it's there. It's there.
The materialistic joys of being multimillionaires, or it's a parody. And then I discovered it's a parody. So basically, it's an attack on materialism. The idea that money needs to be spent as soon as it's earned for you to live a full life.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and just like it says in the chorus, YOLO. You only live once. Yeah. It's very much like, hey, we got this money. We can't take it with us when we die.
Yeah.
So spend it. Spend it on the parties. Spend it on the food. Which is really funny that's what they
did put that in there.
It was a lot of food. There was a lot of talking about food.
Eating, yeah.
And I'm just like, I see where their priorities are. I see it. They're just like, no, forget houses and cars and stuff like that, which is so funny because it's like a callback to No More Dream. That's what they opened with. I want a big house, big car, and big rings. Yes. And when they got the money, they choose to write a song about food, about how they want to spend all their money on food.
I guess maybe they realized, food, yeah, you enjoy it.
They were like, we need food to be stocked in our big house.
In our big cars.
And with our big cars. We use our big cars to go get the food and then bring it back to our big house.
And eat it.
And eat it. With their, golden spoons or whatever. But it cracked me up, and I was just like, that's so them.
Yeah.
To be like, oh man, I got all this money, gotta spend it. Food. I'm getting all the best food. I'm going to the fancy restaurants. I'm eating well because I got money.
I'm making the money.
I'm making money. And then after that, we'll go party. Because once I'm fed, I'm good. I've got the energy. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're basically just saying, jokingly, mockingly saying, like, hey, this is the life. You spend your money and you go out and you have a blast and throw it all away because you only live once.
Yeah, I caught all of that as well, and the parody and everything, and with the sushi that is like a exquisite type of sushi. I think I don't know if no. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look that
up. But it's like something that most young people can't afford. So when he says but I still want to eat it. It's like that's like a $300 piece
dish.
Dish. So I don't know, but that it's like you said, it's a parody, and the judgment grow up to leave them alone. Oh gosh, okay, come on.
Oh, I'm not the only one.
Yes, the judgment of them growing up, it leaves them alone. Whatever they spend their money on is none of anyone else's business.
Which is true. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's not anybody's business what you spend your money on. It's not anybody's business what you spend your money on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you know. Because I get judged.
Like, do you?
Kinda.
Oh, well, don't feel that way. Now. Except, can I get back to
sorry?
Excessive with excessive spending, the country blames the Korean citizen for shopping and spending money needlessly. It's, this, that. But like you said, and I've repeated it, I think 2 times already. It's all a lot. It's a parody. So it's just, they're telling them just, have your good time, but be conscious with
your spending.
With your spending, yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right, now we go into outro her. And again, I got a lot of notes.
A lot of scratches.
Not as many. Not as many as Mic Drop.
Yeah.
I had a lot of scratches on that one. So this song threw me off the first time I listened to it because I wasn't quite sure when they talked about tear versus tear. And I wait, that's what I have here. There was a line. Hold on, there's a line. Oh, you're my tear.
Yeah.
I call you her because you're my tear. Okay. And I was like, is it tear like cry, or is it tear like tear to rip?
Yeah.
So I had to figure out which one it meant. So if it was to cry, the her in question could be a romantic partner or army. By saying I call you her because you're my tear, they can mean that they acknowledge the relationship is something painful, striving to be the best version of themselves and constantly feeling like they have to perform for love and affection is something that causes emotional distress. The her is a reminder of the sacrifices that they make all in the name of love for her. But if it's to rip, tear, if it's this one, the relationship is destructive. The her in this scenario is a reminder that the relationship or the maintaining of it is literally tearing them apart. So either one works. I looked, like, that's what I found. And the thing about it is, and you can't go based off pronunciation because first off, the English language is really confusing. These words are spelled exactly the same. And they sound the same or sound different, and then they have different meanings.
Yeah.
But on paper, when you're looking at it and you're trying to learn it, I don't know. English is confusing. And I'm a native English speaker.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm so confused.
Yes, you are.
Anyway, regardless of how you look at it, they are completely consumed by the relationship and they are losing themselves in it. They feel less and less authentic, like every encounter with her requires a mask of a specific version of themselves that is accepted and loved by her. So this song basically is saying, like, it's like a plea to be who they are while recognizing they're being lost to this relationship and just wanting to be them. And so this relationship is damaging. It's no longer, I guess, serving its purpose, but they're so in it, like they can't come back. It's like being trapped. You can't come back up for air.
Is that it?
I think it is it for me.
Okay.
Hey, she wants me to shut up?
No,
she was like, you done? You done? My turn?
No, I just want to make sure, I don't want to step on your words. I mean, not step on your words, but step on your flow there. True love encompasses all emotions, and that loving oneself is the foundation for a healthy relationship. Okay, that's that. Emphasizes.
Wait, that sounded like you didn't believe that.
No, I do. I do. That is important. You're right. I didn't mean for it to sound that way, but yes, it is, because that is the foundation. I mean, how you can love someone else if you don't truly love yourself? So yes,
how do you know how you should be loved if you haven't loved yourself first?
Right. That is true.
That explains so much.
It emphasizes that loving oneself is critical for experiencing genuine love and other relationships. Mm-hmm. Okay, and also said that her could be interpreted as a symbol or of a person they love or a representation of love itself.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, so it's them getting consumed in the idea of how they should be loved, or thinking that the only way to be loved or to love themselves is to be this version of themselves, and then not feeling authentic in that, maybe not fully understanding what it means to love yourself. I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point.
I was gonna let you go on. I'm
Maybe
saying that
don't.
her. Well, no, I'm saying her could be an interpretation of. So I was thinking of what is her? Who is her? And it could be an
Who
interpretation of
is
a
her?
symbol. Who is her?
I know it. No, I
Yeah, I'm
know what
sorry.
you said.
I said, what is her?
No, no. Well, that works too. What is her if it's a symbol? Who is her? I was laughing at the fact that it's not supposed to be who is her, who is she, but I get it because her is in quotes.
Yes. Okay.
Man, did we say it's been a long day? I think we said that.
But yes, I did. And in the chorus, I put the person her represents all the beauty, mystery, and awe the speaker experiences. Wonder suggests childlike amazement, the feeling that makes life exciting. Not the question or not the not to not the question or mystery. Any anyone.
Maybe if you printed, you'd be able to read it better.
You know what? You need to stop. You need to stop.
What did I do? You get on my case.
Yes, I do. But you need to stop right now. Okay. Not the question or mystery. Anyone. She, the solution to everything the speaker is searching for. So she, her being. So this is where her is an idea and representation of love itself, a symbol or love, as
Symbol
it's
of love.
symbol of love,
Or love.
as an inspiration. That's what it was. As an inspiration. Yeah, that took a lot of work, and it wasn't a lot of notes.
No notes.
No notes. Question mark.
None for you.
Question mark.
No notes here.
So yeah.
So if you're streaming that album, that is the last song. But if you purchase the album, you get 2 more tracks.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about those.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is a skit. It's Hesitation and Fear. And basically, if you go back to that Billboard acceptance speech, this is them walking in on Bang PD, watching that speech, and then basically pulling from that speech or watching it again and just kind of realizing how far they've come and how to go from, like, where to go from there, and not having anybody to go to ask for advice in these situations because they were the first.
They were the first. No,
so that's what the skit is about. It's just dialogue between all of them, just talking about their fears and their hopes and how they've been doing and what they want to do next as a unit. So that's that. We're not going to go too much into that because it is a lot of dialogue.
It is
quite a few pages.
But in we have it in English, so if you
still, I mean, we could.
I know, but I'm saying if they were to want to look it up and see what the dialogue.
Yeah, they can see what it is.
You can get it as in English.
And then the second track is the song C, which is interesting because before we got into this album, I had heard about C. And the thing I heard was that C always finds you when you need it the most. So it was really kind of telling when I stumbled across C. Of course, I know realistically it's probably just the algorithm. But I like to believe that I was going through something and C was what I needed to hear at that time. So I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to hold to that because it just makes me feel grounded. But then I didn't save it. And so I forgot about it for a while. And then I came back to it and then I looked it up and saved it. And then we go over this album and here it is. So yeah. So I wrote searching for the sea in the desert, searching for the hope in the struggle, the success in the endless hard work. This song is their partial story, but the first chapter, or just the first chapter. They aren't bragging about their achievements or singing about loving yourself. This is a very raw depiction of their early days and the feelings of fear and helplessness. Hopelessness. Well, actually, it could be both. They had trying to make a name for themselves. Suga's verse really illustrates how, when you look back at their odds, they shouldn't have made it. Everything was stacked against them, and all they had was their dream and a lucky shot. Which the lucky shot is referring to that moment where
Right.
they were able to perform when they weren't scheduled to, but they just happened to be there.
Right.
And an act dropped out of the music show.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were able to get on the stage and perform when they weren't supposed to. So it really was just right place, right time,
Right.
and just a lucky shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
My theory on why it was a hidden track. I do have a theory.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
She's like, you wouldn't be complete if you didn't.
Yeah. I didn't know you had a theory.
So my theory is, I believe they only included this song on the physical album because it was only meant for their fans. At a time when they were rapidly growing in global fame and unsure of how to maneuver through it, they decided to share this incredibly vulnerable track with those whose love they trusted and knew.
I can see that.
Because if you think about it, it's you really have to be dedicated to them to buy the album, because these albums are kind of expensive. Especially in a day and age where you pay a monthly subscription and you get access to all the songs.
Right.
Like, I pay $10 for Apple Music and download whatever I want,
Yeah.
provided it's on Apple Music. Or like, you pay your monthly subscription for Spotify and you can download and listen to all the songs, all the podcasts, whatever. So to take the time to buy a physical album and then to play it, because who's using CD players anymore?
They're not even in cars anymore.
So now you've got that additional challenge. Like, that's real dedication to find this song.
Yeah, yeah.
And it came out in 2017.
17,
yeah. Like, that's not even a time where it's like, yeah, we might have been listening. You weren't listening to CDs in 2017. No, that wasn't a normal thing. Okay, you were listening to, but most people had gotten rid of their CD players.
Yeah.
And their hold on, there's a Walkman. Their Walkman.
Oh, wow.
What?
Walkman?
Isn't that the one that plays the CD player? Discman. No, Discman. The Walkman was a cassette tape, right?
No.
What's the Walkman? Yes, it is.
The Walkman wasn't a cassette tape. What?
Isn't it the portable little radio with the headphones? You get your Walkman because you can walk while you listen. Isn't that what wasn't that the point? And then when it switched to CD players, didn't it become a Discman?
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess.
You would know this better than me.
But you know what? No, I don't remember a Walkman.
Or all right, portable you know what? CD player.
I am gonna have to, because I thought the Walkman, the mini disc player was no, that's right. Because there was a mini disc. There was a mini disc player which had it was a disc, but it was small, much smaller, and you'd put it into a player.
Isn't that an 8-track?
No. It was a disc.
I don't know. These are all old things.
You were here during this time.
That doesn't mean that I was old. That doesn't mean I was actively engaging in mini discs.
All right, well, okay, we're going off, but I have to check, because a Walkman I thought was just like AM/FM radio.
Well, maybe it was.
I
taking it way back. Anyway, the point is, at a point in time, there were these things that there were little like disc holders. You put your CD in it, and you can plug your headphones into it.
Yes.
And you can walk around and listen to your music.
Or sit in the back of the car.
Or sit in the back of the car and listen to your music because you didn't want to listen to what your parents were listening to. And that was what you had. You bought your CD, you put it in there, you had your music on the go. And then it evolved into iPods.
Yes.
And nano players.
Yeah, those are the smaller ones.
And now we just do it on our phones.
Yeah. Yes.
But either way, the level of dedication in the year of our Lord 2017 to buy an album, play the CD to discover the hidden track.
Yeah.
I think you deserve that vulnerability. And that's who it's for.
Yes.
That's my theory. My theory is that with all of that in mind, that person that did all of that work to find this song, they're the ones that BTS wanted to pour themselves out to.
Yes.
So I'm gonna stick with that theory.
That's okay.
Until they tell me I'm wrong.
You'll get a call.
Yeah. When I hear that I'm wrong from them, then I'll back off that theory. But until then, that is the theory I will die with.
Just stick it with.
That's it.
I zeroed in on the chorus with Jimin and Jin about where there's hope, there's always a trial. And I put that faith is the presence of hope. Trials are like a refining metal with heat. It deepens your faith and hope in things. So yes, there's trials, but those trials are here to make you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So that
and stronger they were made.
Yes, they were made stronger. They were made strong. You're gonna read that?
No, I just
okay.
What'd you do?
No, I said you're gonna read that,
and you said no.
And I said, oh, okay.
Oh, well, I mean, there's nothing more that I want to take from this little snippet at the end of notes, but I think we're done there.
Yeah.
But wow, okay, so Love Yourself, Her.
Love Yourself, Her.
I was really excited to get into the Love Yourself series, and I can't remember if we said that the last time. We said a lot the last time. But this was a series that I felt was really going to be what I needed to hear. Mm-hmm. It was going to have a lot of messages that I was going to really take to heart, especially mic drop, obviously.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Are you? My bags are not heavy with accolades. There are no trophies in my bag. But still like the song. Yeah. But yeah, that was my thought process when I started to discover, started to hear about, what the Love Yourself series did for people who were hurting or going through dark times or needed that hand reaching out to them, that was what this series was. There's always a song from one of these series, one of these albums that holds a person, holds an army together. So, and I feel like these are probably some of the most tattooed songs. I feel like there's references that from these songs in the Love Yourself series, Her, Tear, Answer, that Army do get tattoos of.
Oh, okay.
I think with the exception of the Most Beautiful Moment in Life trilogy, this one is also very much up there. And I think this one might be more so, but yeah, I think between that series and this series, you see a lot of people clinging to certain tracks, certain lyrics, from those two series. So yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed The Most Beautiful Moment in Life.
Oh yeah,
so much. And getting into this series, I was really excited. So what about you? Any final thoughts on it?
No, I agree. I didn't know about the ink going on regarding this, but it makes sense. It does. It makes sense because it is it's a really deep relationship with Army, and Army does take hold of what's said, what's sung about, what
there's
their
that
thoughts
pull.
and ideas. So you feel an attachment. I mean, it's just you connect, and that's a good thing.
Always,
to connect and just have that thing, and for it to be meaningful for you. That your hope is that I can assume, I don't know, I'm not a songwriter, but your hope is that that somebody out there, it reaches them.
Oh yeah,
it
that there's
touches
somebody
them in a way of what you poured your heart into. They get it, and when they do that ink as a reminder, a representation of that, it's gotta feel good, you know, and they have to, they feel pretty good, and it lifts them up and helps them to get over that thing, or enjoy that thing more,
Yeah.
or you know. So there it is for
There
me.
it is.
There
There it is, guys. So
There it
thank you so much for finishing up this conversation with us.
Yes,
It was a good one.
it was.
You know, it's funny that I think before we were recording, you had said something about how you were hoping we'd get a lot of laughs in.
Oh,
I think she got her wish,
it's okay.
guys.
Well,
Like,
I think it would have been probably a little boring if we didn't have tongue tied, and
you know, we probably would
couldn't
have gotten this
read.
episode done a lot faster too.
That's right. Couldn't read what we wrote, but you know what? We when we go over it, it's so so far in between the time we
record. So
it's, you know, we kind of lose them. Like, what's my thought process here? Okay,
look,
but we
as
hope
long
you
as you're
enjoy it.
as long as you're still here.
Yes, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Yes.
Bye.